What's going on, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks and guys tuning in? They say May is barbecue month, so we're going to do a little barbecuing. I got a rack of baby back ribs that we're going to dress up and get on the Weber. The rub I'm going to use is the barbecue rub from Malcolm Reed, Killer Hogs. And I've been using this rub for, God, probably about a year and a half. I really like this rub. But I haven't used it in conjunction with his barbecue sauce, so that's what I'm really looking forward to doing. You know, his rub with his sauce and just kind of seeing what that tastes like. I think it's going to be good, so we'll find out. I got a rack of baby backs. Normally I remove the membrane from the back, and you know, this time I'm going to leave it on. I'm probably going to just score the back of it. We're going to get them seasoned up. I got my chimney fired up. We're going to get these on the Weber and get these cooked. So let's get these let's get this rack prepped and ready for cooking. All right, so I got my rack, baby backs. Now the membrane, again, I'm going to leave on. I'm just going to score the back. You know, like I said in the past, and if you watch the video with the Thursday chat I did with Brother Troy over at T-Roy Cooks, you'll know that I'm someone who always removes the membrane. I never leave it on. Troy, on the other hand, is someone who always leaves it on. And so I've seen people do it both ways, and I've also seen them score it. So I'm going to score it, and you know, I don't know what that's going to do, but we'll see if it helps. Again, I've never scored the membrane. I've always removed it, but I think this might, as it heats up or as it cooks, is going to help that membrane kind of not be so tough when we go to eat them. We'll see. So we can make that out. But I got that scored up. On the back side, you know, that really any rub I put on there isn't going to penetrate, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit anyway. I'm using my SPG mix. No binder. Go right on there. Just get along the end here. And then use that D-rub. Just going to put a really light coating on the back side, not much. Again, that's really not going to penetrate, but why not? We're going to get these seasoned up and let them sit for a bit, let this rub sweat in. Make sure you hit the sides. There's that meat there. So again, not a ton of rub on the back. Get these flipped over. I'm not doing any trimming on these. There's a little bit of fat here, but you know what? I think I'm gonna. This is like that stringy fat. I wasn't going to do this, but we'll just take a little bit of that off. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time. There you go. Just a little bit. That's it. I'm not going to take off much, but get it rubbed down. SPG is usually my first layer for everything. And then come back with the D-rub. And let this sit. Get this Weber fired up. And get them on the pit. So that should do it. We're gonna let this sit, let that rub sweat in. All right, and then we'll get them on the Weber. All right, these ribs are starting to sweat out, as you can see. So we're going to get these on the Weber. I'll show you how I have that set up. And the way that it's set up now, or the way that I have it set up, normally baby backs cook faster than spare ribs. And the way that I have it set up, where I got heat coming from both sides, I can get a rack of spare ribs done in about 2.5 hours. So I'm reckoning this isn't going to take, very long. The temperature is going to hover around 300. We're going to kind of cook these a little fast. I'm going to spritz them throughout the cook with a 50-50 mix of apple cider vinegar and apple juice, just to make sure that they don't dry out. We're going to use some pecan and oak chunks for the smoke. Again, I'll show you how we have that set up outside once we get outside. All right, so I have these on my Weber. I'm using my Weber charcoal baskets. And so I've added a couple of pecan and oak chunks on each side. And get this closed up. So I'm going to have heat coming from both sides of the rib. When you set it up like this, you can cook these baby backs, and man, they'll probably be done in about 1.5 hours. So it cooks pretty fast. So we're going to cut the vent down at the bottom to about a little less than halfway. We'll keep the top vent a little bit less than halfway, and these are actually going to cook pretty fast. I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but it shouldn't take long at all. Like I said, I'm reckoning less than 2 hours. So that's the baby backs. So they look like. Got some nice smoke, and I'll probably start spritzing at about the 20-minute mark. Again, a 50-50 mix of apple juice and apple cider vinegar, and we'll check back then. These ribs have been going for about 30 minutes, so we're going to spritz them. But it got some great color. Hope we can make that out. It's a little bright out here, but I think you can see that. So I'm really liking the way these look so far. Again, I've used this rub before, so I'm not surprised how well it looks. It gives us, this rub gives us some great color. So we're just going to continue to spritz about every, I'm going to go about every 10-15 minutes until we wrap. So we'll get that covered up, and probably the next time I pick back up, we'll be inside to wrap these. All right, the ribs have been going for about 1.5 hours. That's what they look like. We're going to take these off. As you can see, we're starting to get some good pullback. So we're going to take these off, take them inside, and get them wrapped up. All right, so the ribs have been on for about 1.5 hours, and what I've done here is I've tucked some butter, some brown sugar, a little bit of honey, and some of the barbecue sauce. I laid it out here. Some foil. We're gonna get these wrapped up. Got the ribs here. Look at that. Ooh, they're hot. Hot, hot, hot. They've got some beautiful color on them. Look at that. Yum. We're gonna get the meat side down, right over all that goodness. I'm gonna take some more butter here, chopped up, and just lay it right over the ribs there. It's gonna add flavor and moisture to these ribs. We want to try to make sure to keep them as moist as possible. I'm also going to take a little bit of honey here, right over that backside. And a little more brown sugar. I'm not going to put any barbecue sauce on this backside because I'm going to sauce it again at the end once we unwrap it. So this here is going to give it tons of moisture, tons of flavor. You know what? Let's just drop that right in the middle. Last piece. Let's just drop it right there. We're going to get these wrapped up, put them back on the pit. And they'll probably go for, at the temperature that the pit's running, which is close to 300, we're going to check them in about 20 minutes. I'm sorry, 30 minutes. Well, 20 to 30 minutes. And see what it looks like. I am going to actually spritz it one last time. It's a 50-50 mix of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. But as you can see, we're starting to get some really good pullback here. So these aren't going to be... They'll be ready soon. It's not going to take much longer. So I'm going to get these wrapped up and get them back on the pit. All right, so these ribs have been going for about 20 minutes. And as you can see, we're getting some great pullback. I think these bad boys are done. So we're going to get them flipped over. Need to take them inside. And what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to just hit them with a little bit of that Lee barbecue rub and then a little bit of Texas pepper jelly. So let me go grab that and we'll get that on here. But so far, they're looking good. All right, so I'm going to hit these with one more layer of this barbecue sauce. God, these look amazing. Oh yeah. These are going to be good. And then I'm going to hit it with a layer of this rib candy, apple cherry habanero. We'll pour that right on top. Yeah, buddy. God, these look amazing. That's good. Oh, yeah. Nice thick coating. We'll let this sit for 10 minutes. Then we'll get to tasting. All right, these ribs are done. This is what they look like. Great color. Nice glaze. We're gonna get some of these cut up and then we'll give it a taste. Ooh, it's hot. There you go. Let me get these cut up, and then we'll give them a taste. Yeah, they cut good, nice and tender. All right, these ribs are cut up. We're gonna just grab one of these. They look like still very hot. Tons of moisture, a slight smoke ring. You know what? We're gonna pull this one out. There's another one. Look at this. Look how juicy they are. Look at that. Tons of moisture. That's good. Let's give it a taste. All right, here's the rib. Nice color. You can make that out. So let's give it a taste. Good clean bite. Man. I really like that rub and sauce combination. So I was able to get a clean bite right off of there. So, you know, it's cooked good. Anyway, I'm gonna finish eating. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and God, it's so good. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.